Pisces, what's up? Welcome. Let's see what messages Spirit has for you for the month of October. What messages do you have for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Pisces placement, Spirit? What messages do you have for the sign of Pisces at this point in time? That was quick. Dang, you got messages, guys. You guys, you're the only sign so far where all your cards have flipped over. So, congratulations. All right. Oh, okay. So you have a Temperance, Ace of Candles. Candles here are going to be wands. The Emperor, the Knight of Castles. Castles are coins. And Ace of Crypts. Crypts are cups. Pull one more. And then you have the Eight of Candles. Eight of Wands. Interesting. All right, Pisces. Let's get into it. From what I am seeing, this month you guys are really needing to be patient, or you are exercising your patience, or you are out of patience. When it comes to a certain person, place, or thing this month, some of you are being really patient with your job. Like maybe you're wanting to quit or find something new. Either way, you don't want to be there because you no longer have the want or the passion for it. Some of you are just having issues with your boss. Like you have the Emperor here, right? I see that like as a boss figure. So those of you that are having issues at work with a boss, I see you being patient. I see you being strategic. You're not being emotional. Like for some of you who are like, maybe I'm over exaggerating, I'm being emotional. You're not being emotional. I just feel that you have probably outgrown a situation. If this is work related, you've outgrown your work situation, and so now you're kind of like, I want to go do something that's fun, or I want to do something that makes the most sense to do. So a lot of you, I don't know why I just got in my head, but for some of you that are really like stressed out at work, I see you are either starting a new hobby, or there's an existing hobby that you already have, where that's kind of taking your mind off of work. So either way, while you're being patient, like trying to figure out your work situation, you are alleviating it by having some kind of creative endeavor here, that allows you to kind of veg out a little bit, to not be so stressed out, about that whole situation. When you have, let me see, the Knight of Castles, the Ace of Crypts, and the Eight of Wands. For those of you that are looking for work, I see somebody is looking at your resume. That's this man here, right? So just know that those of you that aren't getting a call back when it comes to this, people are looking at your resume. You are being considered for something. And once it happens, it's going to happen quickly, right? Eight of Wands is like forward movement. It's quick, it's fast. With the Ace of Crypts here in the center between both, it is going to be something that you love. For those of you, you have no clue you're going to love it. Because you see like, oh, it's coming out of this crypt, right? Like it's like something that's being hidden from you. It's like a secret. It's like you think that you're going to apply to some random position and you're like, whatever, it's work, and then you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, holy shit, I actually really love this job, or I really like this job. Like I made a really good decision to move forward. So those of you that are in your head about whether or not you should leave a work situation, yes, be smart about it, of course. Don't let emotions get the best of you, which I don't see here at all. So for whatever reason, you guys are being very level-headed when it comes down to this situation. For those of you that are worried about whether or not this is the right move, this is confirmation. Yes, it is. And again, be open-minded about what it is that you should be doing, what it is you can be doing, right? For others of you, whatever hobby you have, you're going to find a way to turn that into some sort of business endeavor, whether that's just you selling a couple things here and there. Maybe you like to bake, maybe you like to cook, maybe you like to just anything, right? Pisces, like creatives all around the board, all day long creatives. So if you are looking to start a new endeavor, from what I'm seeing, you've been patient enough. okay? You've been looking at this for far long enough. This is something that you really enjoy doing and you really, really want to do. The Emperor at this point, when we're looking at it from this perspective, whenever I look at the Emperor, sometimes I think of like God, if that's what you believe in. You don't have to, but I just see like a very big authoritative spiritual being that is overlooking it and saying like, look, like you're good to go. Like you've done the homework, you've done the research, you've done everything that you could possibly do to make this happen. Now stop with your excuses because you're gonna really love what you do. It's gonna be a little scary because you see this little claw over here, this hand. I don't know if it's a hand, but whatever. Point is it's gonna seem a little scary because you have no idea what's gonna come of it, right? You don't know what's gonna pop out of this crypt. But at the end of the day, it's gonna be something that's you're very passionate about, right? It's a passionate new beginning and something that you love doing. So for those of you that have been contemplating, should I not? You should. This is your confirmation to do it. You don't know until you try. And not trying is not an option. So just do it. Get out of your head and do it. And you are as good as you think you are. And I'm pretty sure people have complimented whatever it is that you're wanting to put out there. So there's a niche market for everybody. So don't be scared of that. Others of you, if this is a love situation, you've been dealing with someone that's been pretty controlling. But like you can't help being in that situation because there's something about how charming this person is. They're handsome. Like look at those eyes, right? Like I don't know why I just so enthralled, right? So Dracula, he has a way of kind of like putting someone under a spell, right? He looks into their eyes and all of a sudden they're in this trance, and that's what I feel like some of you have been in. Like you've been in this trance of like this person is very controlling and I don't know why I can't leave them, but I love them. So I do see some of you still sticking it out in hopes of just really reigniting a flame. Others of you, I see you really contemplating if this is something that you want to continue to be in. And at the end of the day, for the month of October, I see you really just contemplating it. I don't really see you leaving the situation. You're kind of like reviewing, right? Like here's your pros and cons list. Should I, like reasons to stay, reasons to go. At this point in time, you might have more reasons to stay, but as time goes on, you will find more reasons to go. So I do still see you staying in these love situations that you're uncertain about. But everything in divine timing, right? It's just not the month to go. For some of you, if you're really like, no, I'm gonna go, cool. More power to you. I hope you do. We all deserve to find happiness in this lifetime, in other people, places, things. All right, what other messages do you have for Pisces? Other messages. All right, so we've got 4 swords, the 8 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, and the Chariot. First off, there are too many damn pentacles. So if you're worried about money this month, I really wouldn't be worried about it. You're either going to have a windfall of money come in. Some of you might play a scratcher and win some money. Others of you, they're going to be generous people around you that are like, hey, here you go. This could be like family members, right? You guys could be going to like it's Halloween season. You guys are going to like a family Halloween party and you got an uncle that does really well, or you got like just someone in your family that's like, here you go. You know, they give you like some money and you're like, no. And they're like, no. Like, you deserve it. You know, you work hard, blah, 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 right? So there is recognition. If it's family like that, like there is recognition that you've been working hard. And so people just want to kind of give to you. So this doesn't necessarily just have to be money. Like you could just have a lot of generous people this month that are, for no reason to you, are just really nice to you. So your coworkers could be like, oh, got you a Starbucks, or you're in the Starbucks line and someone pays for your drinks, right? That kind of thing. Or you're at the bar and someone buys you a drink. So really indulge in that this month. That, to me, that's good karma. And so when, you know, people feel the need to buy you things, they don't even know you, that's good karma. So feel free to take that drink. Make sure you watch them pour it. But, you know, at the end of the day, whatever you have coming to you, whether that's money, gifts, compliments, a lot of you are going to be getting compliments, is what I see. Like, this is a month to be a Pisces for whatever reason. Go figure, right? So yeah, that's what I see. That's what I'm gathering. But for the actual message, Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, to the Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, the Chariot. Let me see. I didn't see what was at the bottom here. The Nine of Swords. Some of you might be putting to rest an over obsessive thought. Now, if this is about money, a lot of you might be stressing over like money. And again, this is just your confirmation. Like, stop stressing over it. It's coming. Money comes and goes. So long as you're smart about the way that you're utilizing your money, it will always come and go, right? Because like I tell people, it's like God, spirit, universe, whatever you believe in, they're not going to bless you if you just keep throwing your money away on things that do not serve you. So some of you might be putting to rest like a bad habit. Others of you are really working hard to be this Knight of Pentacles, right? It's like you have, and again, this goes back to the original reading. Some of you have a really, really good idea, like a very good business endeavor that you want to pursue. And it's going to come to a point where it's like, look at that man. He's just dropping money on the streets. So the way I see that is you could be the person this month that's going out and just giving money. You could be the person that's out here buying drinks for people, and because you're finally at that point, right? Like, you've made that hard work happen for you. So a lot of you too could be reflecting. You could be like, man, like, I can't believe that things actually worked out as well as they did, because now I've got money coming in, and like, now I'm looking good, feeling good, smelling good, you know. Others of you, because of this new status that you have found or are looking for, it will attract a counterpart. Now, some of you, if you're coming into a business endeavor as a knight and you encounter a queen, that just tells me that you're gonna find a mentor, or you're gonna find, there's gonna be like an older, mature person that you find. Doesn't have to be a woman, but it's gonna be someone in your field that actually knows like what you're doing. This is someone that's already accomplished what you're hoping to accomplish. So again, energetic match, right? So the way I see it is if you guys are going after a business endeavor, you will be met with someone that can show you the ropes, and that could definitely help guide you to where it is that you want to be. Others of you, you do attract another, like a counterpart, and this is someone that has more money than you, but is also respectful of the fact that you want to make your own money. So there is that equal give and take. With the Seven of Wands, the Chariot, I see you just blocking off any kind of distractions at this point in time. So some of you that are really, really focused on making something happen for yourself, again, this could just be your hobby too, right? You're trying to distract yourself from like the outside kind of world right now. You're like in your own world, Pisces. That's what I see. Like, I just see you like being in your own world this month, where you're like, I'm just trying to move forward, right? To the point where like, I'm just going to block off everything and anyone that gets in my way. So if you're not trying to actually make a business, you are just kind of like, when I veg out, right? Like, if I'm going to get into crocheting, or I love crocheting, I'm going to put my phone on airplane mode. I'm going to go ahead and throw some music on. I'm going to ignore the world, or I'm just going to throw my phone at the other end of the room. I'm going to be in another room, and I'm just going to be doing whatever it is I want to do. So I do see you taking a lot of like time to yourself. Others of you, I mean, you don't, you know, I see a cat and a dog here, so I just see you kind of chilling. Some of you might be splurging on your pets, the way I see that. Some of you are like buying your pets Halloween costumes. That's awesome. Others of you, you know, the cat's getting a new cat tree, the dog's getting a new bone, just something, right? You're just like, you guys have been my #1 fans from the jump. Like, let me spoil you. So some of you are definitely spoiling your animals this month. Others of you are just really focused on me time. And there's nothing wrong with that. And because you're spending a lot of time alone doing what you love, you're actually manifesting this whole new wave of energy for yourself. So a lot of you might feel a little bit more at peace, especially if you're dealing with stressful work situations. Some of you could be stressing over some home life situations, but at the end of the day, you're like, whatever, I'm just going to go back to doing what I was doing. And so you do. Being that you got a money message there, we're going to go ahead and go straight into love. So what are the love messages for the sign of Pisces for the month of October? What messages do you have for Pisces when it comes to love in the month of October? All right, so that's interesting. Judgment right off the bat. Page of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. This is the Two of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And you have the Strength at the bottom. Okay. What I'm seeing when it comes to love, you got more coins in this one, so I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, there's money coming in. It may not come in this month, but this could be the month where whatever ideas you have, whatever it is that you want to do, I see you taking it seriously and moving forward with it. So this is money that's going to be coming to you in the near future. So if it doesn't happen in October, just know that whatever ideas that you have circulating in that little brain of yours, or those big brains of yours, it's going to pay off in the end. So I just see a really big payout for you guys for sure. But now that we're done with the Pentacles, let's move on to the love. Judgment of the Page of Wands. You either have someone that's been watching you. Someone could be, the typical message. Social media, you don't have social media. They're probably asking about you. If they know where you live, they're probably driving by your house. I don't sense any like negative energy when I say that. I think this is just someone that doesn't know how to come forward. Whether or not they're the ones that mess up the connection, this is someone that is just trying to figure out a way to get into your good graces. But a judgment call has been placed, right? So when it comes to love, I feel like there's a period of separation that you're going through right now with somebody from your past, because you're needing to move forward and really assess if whether or not this is somebody that you want in your life, whether or not this is somebody that you need in your life. Like, can you do bad all on your own? Can you do good all on your own? So again, I feel like that's why the majority of you are in this kind of hermit mode right now, where you're just like focusing on you, whatever that is, right? Again, goes back to the previous reading. Some of you are just being creative right now and just doing whatever, right? Because you have points here, I feel like a lot of you are channeling like earth signs, right? You're acting like earth signs. Earth signs are very like stoic. They don't really have a lot of emotion. They're very grounded. So because you don't know what to do with this past situation, some of you are hurting. I don't see like cups. Like, obviously it stings. So I'm not seeing anybody being really, really heartbroken over the fact that they aren't with this past person. If anything, I see that you're taking this opportunity to move forward. So that just tells me, especially with this infinity symbol here, you could have gone in circles with someone over and over and over again, and you're just at that point where you're like, I'm done. See, same thing here, infinity symbol again. So that's how I see it. Like, if you guys just recently got out of a connection, you're not hurting over it the way that either you used to or the way you could be, if that makes sense. So I definitely see you guys really just being in this period of moving forward. You do have someone, if this is someone from your past with the Knight of Pentacles, especially Page of Wands, right? Page of Wands to the Knight of Pentacles. This is someone that's slowly going to make an attempt to come back, but it's going to be the same cycle, because they just want their Queen of Pentacles back, right? I see you right now being the Queen of Pentacles. You're kind of sitting in your ground. You're just you're looking attractive. You're focusing on you. You have a glow about you right now. Like, it's like a peaceful kind of glow, right? Because you're like, man, like, I'm happy doing me right now. Like, I don't even care. So for those of you that are just really focusing on yourself, just know that someone from your past does want to come back and make an effort. It will be the same thing. So you are being asked, like, be the Queen of Pentacles, stand in your independence, stand in your power, don't let anybody take that from you and try to talk you out of your own peace of mind. Like, I guess in a way, think about how peaceful you feel when you're doing something you love, right? So for those of you that are like dabbling in your hobbies, like think about how peaceful you feel and how tranquil you feel in those moments when you're doing what you love, versus the idea of, if that person was sitting right next to me right now, would they allow me to have this freedom to myself to be doing what I'm doing? Or are they going to be making me feel bad because I'm not giving them attention, right? So think about little things like that. That's how we heal, right? Sometimes you have to do the whole compare and contrast thing, because that is how you find forward movement. Because anything that gives you peace is what's meant for you. Anything that disturbs your peace is not meant for you. So if you're over here, you're looking forward to, like, finally, you're looking forward to going home. No one's going to be arguing with you. No one's going to be causing dramas or problems. You're just going to get to go home, throw on your pajamas, freaking pour a drink, grab your snacks, and get to whatever your projects are. Like that's something to look forward to, versus what the opposite of that could have been looking like, right? For those of you that are single and are looking for love, what messages do we have for single Pisces looking for love? Maybe nothing. You guys seen your whole cards of your cards been flying. Not on this one though. Okay, sweet. You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Death, Magician, Five of Cups, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. And at the bottom, you have the Six of Cups. For those of you that are looking for love, you've got a fated new beginning coming in for you. This next person that comes in is someone you are meant to meet and someone you're meant to have a new beginning with. And this is something that you've been manifesting. You know how sometimes in your head you're like, man, I wish I'd meet so-and-so and you know, they're this kind of way and they're that kind of way. You're kind of getting that in a way. So be careful what you wish for, right? So I'm not saying that for those of you that are like, they need to be 6'5" and drive this and drive that. In a weird way, I mean, Pisces is very intuitive, even predictive. So I say that to say that for some of you that have always had an idea of the person you should be, it's not because you're creating that person. It's because this is a person you can already see. You just don't know them. So this person already exists, right? That's how intuitive Pisces is, and predictive as well. Like sometimes you just can't place it where you need to, but it already exists. So for some of you, it's a little weird message, but it's true. I got chills. Chills usually tells me that I'm telling the truth. For others of you, it's going to come really close. They may not drive the car you hope they drive. They may not be as tall as you want them to be, but they embody everything that you could want in a partner. So if you're like, yeah, I want them to be loving, I want them to be affectionate, I want them to be go-getters, whatever your list is, like you'll be able to check off damn near every box. And I do see that happening. And this comes after a period of you coming out of a relationship that left you feeling emotionally depleted, that left you feeling imbalanced, that left you feeling like you weren't good enough, that left you feeling like what more could I have done? And the truth is nothing, because you're not meant to be with that person, right? That's the hard part about being a Pisces sometimes, is that Pisces are very emotional and intuitive to the point where they fall in love with an idea versus what's in front of them, right? And so because of that, it's so hard for them to let people go, because in a way you fall in love with this potential of this person in front of you, because you're like, you kind of buy into the face value of what people tell you. Yeah, I'm looking for love. Yeah, all this stuff. You buy into it because you're like, okay, like I wanna give this person the benefit of the doubt. And even when they start to show you the red flags, you're kind of like, because you're an empathetic sign, right? So you're kind of like, well, no, everybody deserves to have a bad day. I could see why this person's hurt. Like, it's like a wounded animal, right? Pisces sees a wounded animal and you want to go freaking run towards it. Even if it kills you, you're like, I'm trying to save you. Yeah, don't do that. So, use your discernment. At the end of the day, I love that about Pisces because they're very empathetic and they're very loyal when it comes to the people that they love, and they're very drawn in and inspired by that love, and so much so that they turn around and they do something with it. Pisces are very artistic like that. And so in a weird way, what you guys don't realize is that Pisces, you're an alchemist. Naturally, you're an alchemist, right? Because you're given this intuitive energy, because you're given this insight, predictive energy, because you're given the gift of some kind of creative skill in this lifetime, you're an alchemist because you know how to turn something bad into something good. So for those of you that are writers, maybe you write poetry and that's what helps you heal. Some of you are artists, you paint, you draw, you're putting this emotion into some form of art, whether that's baking, cooking, photography, it doesn't matter. You know how to alchemize. So for some of you, look up what alchemy is. There's also a book called The Alchemist. I forget who it's by, but again, just kind of gives you insight. You know, Pisces is such an emotional sign in the sense of like, it's not always about crying. You know, I feel like Pisces are just very passionate people. You're passionate about what you do or you want to be. You're passionate about who you're with. You're passionate about everything, and that's not a bad thing, but too much of anything isn't a good thing either. So learning that balance and that discernment, and learning that you can alchemize any bad situation into something good via your craft, like, please do that, you know. All right, one last message for Pisces, and then I'll send you guys on your way. What messages, what oracle cards do you have for the sign of Pisces? Okay. All right, so we got, oh, you had 3. All right, hunger, friendship, mask, and warrior. You got a bonus card. I normally pull 3. What I'm really seeing is some of you guys need to be careful with the people around you at this moment. You have someone that is wearing a false mask. Some of you already know this. Others of you don't know this yet. So I don't know what it is in terms of how this person, or even why this person is wearing a mask, but you are being warned that that there is someone that's pretty close to you that isn't who they seem. Others of you, I don't know if you have issues like with your mom or with someone else's mom, or maybe someone else's mom. Maybe your mother-in-law doesn't like you. Something about a mom, right? That's Jason's mom right there. And then others of you, again, this whole thing has to do with friendship. So the way I see it, because I mean, you have, I don't know if any of you have seen like Evil Dead, but a bunch of friends go into the cabins in the woods and they get killed. 80s film, great film. Anyways, so this has to do with like connections in your life right now. Some of you might be asked to walk away from people that are really close to you because they are wearing a mask. You might have to like cut them off. It's gonna suck because you're like, man, I love these people, but like, again, if you allow this person to be in your energy, you're never going to be able to manifest in a way of positivity and abundance, right? Because it's like, again, like I was saying earlier, Pisces just has such a soft spot for the people in their lives that it's hard for them to walk away from people when they are no longer being served with the right kind of energy, right? Everything needs to be reciprocated, equal give and take. It's not about getting, I get it, but at the same time too, like, you can't be the only person giving. You can't. That's how people take advantage of you. That's why people think, you know, that they can just walk all over you. Pisces is nice, but they aren't weak. And so never forget that. Like, just because you stand up for yourself does not make you a bad person. It makes you strong and it makes you empowered. And that's what you always want to be, is you want to be empowered in this lifetime, because you're going to have a lot of people that want to come and tear you down. And again, you're doing something right if you got haters. So good for you. With hunger, some of you might be really, again, like driven and passionate towards something. Go towards that. Maybe that's why, again, why you guys are focusing in hermit mode. If this, like, you've got people around you that you're going to be cutting off soon, or people are going to stop talking to you. Don't take it personally. Sometimes that's a good thing. When people remove themselves from your life, it saves you the headache of having to do it yourself. Some of you might get ghosted. Some of you, communication might slow down with a few people. don't question that. If for whatever reason, let's say you're texting a friend every single day for the last 6 months and you guys are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and then one day it suddenly stops or it slows down, don't take it personally. Monitor that shit. Because that's spirit's way of saying like, hey, you guys were good for the last 6 months. What's happening now, right? So don't get too in your head, but at the end of the day, do your research, figure out who's wearing the mask, and once you figure out who that is, cut that shit off. I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be better for it. So just cut it off. It's gonna suck, but you don't need that kind of energy anyways, you know? Put your emotions on a canvas, on a piece of paper, in food, whatever. Do what you need to do to get over it, but you deserve to have people that are of genuine quality in your life that serve for your higher purpose the way you would for them. Pisces is a really great friend, and so you deserve to be surrounded by people who are also your energetic match in that field. So be mindful. It's gonna be a fun month, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.